It's been a while since you've been on, isn't it?
It has been a few weeks, yes.
I wasn't actually expecting to do anything for this week at all, so it's good to actually get down and talk about something. Was it Christmassy type stuff you wanted to bring up now that we're in November, which is a bit scary, but
Well, yes, it's a topic that's on everyone's mind in this business. All of our brand ambassadors, reps, and so on are trying to sell us everything, and now all the corporate clients are contacting us to
put their orders
get their orders in, get all the pricing in. So, yes, it is in the thick of it so far, behind the scenes, and really doesn't look like it from the customer's point of view on the shop floor.
What I'll actually do as part of this is throw in what some of our stores are looking like now that we're filling them with more and more stuff. Because I think that's something that people maybe find interesting, is that background imagery of you know, the shop always looks the way the shop does, but we bring out the big displays, but what actually goes into producing that, I think it's really interesting to get a little bit of a look behind the shop front to see just how much work goes into producing those displays and things.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's the shops still look the same at the minute, but as of the middle of next week, things will have changed a lot. The stores have been filled up over the past few days, as you know, and everything's sitting ready. Pricings are it's happening in the background. All the point of sale. All the back end stuff is currently being worked on, ready to get the displays out and get them live. So yes.
What sort of things can people expect this year? Is there anything maybe that's a bit new, or is it kind of just going in as we normally do?
Well, I would say there's actually probably a lot more released this year than you would even think, to be honest. Like a lot of the distilleries have come out with a lot of new releases.
Ooh, okay.
A lot of breweries come out with new releases. Kind of the same probably as every year. They just want to have something quirky and cool and different. You know, you get different things at this time of the year. Like some of the craft breweries, like say Vocation, do a nice way like the festive season. Which is quite cool. You've things like, obviously every year things like Erdinger come out with their snow beer.
Yes,
you know,
snow beers,
people are all over that.
We had loads of questions about those already, haven't we?
Yeah,
loads of questions. Do you know when they'll be in, so we can kind of give
middle of next week?
Middle of next week. Okay, cool.
Most things that got there should be in the middle of next week. And to be honest, you know, by about I would say that brings up to the 10th of November or so. That'll be us. The 6 weeks. I always talk about the 6 weeks of Christmas.
It is really how it is, isn't it?
That'll be from then on in. So, fun times ahead.
And what about events then?
So events. So tonight we will be hosting a craft beer and whiskey event.
Okay.
So our brewery from Randallstown and Titanic Distillers, as you heard about last week on Sam's episode, are coming together to do an event. Collaboration with one of their stouts. The barrel that was used was then handed over to Titanic. Their whiskey then was rested into it for a while. So both the liquids have come out of the same stout bar, or the same barrel. And then they will be doing a little bit of the rest of their range as well. So quite interesting. Joe and myself actually went to a place not far from here called Sleepy Hollow last year, and we did a craft beer food pairing match, which was really, really interesting.
Quite a rare type of event as
Very
well.
Rare.
Yeah.
But our brewery's range that they do, it is quite premium, but it's very rare as well. Yeah. So that's what we will be tasting tomorrow. Very exciting. So yes, that is tonight, and then next Thursday, which would be Thursday the 13th, I do believe.
Yes. Yeah.
We are welcoming a man called Noel McMahon. Up from Dublin. He is one of the wine experts for our importer Fevre wines, and we will be doing like a port night with him. But we'll be starting off with a sparkling wine, a red and a white, and then we'll be moving into the ports as well. So we'll be tasting everything from the range, from a tawny port to an LBV to ruby port, and maybe an age statement as well.
Excellent.
So nice little selection. We've narrowed it down to Cove Key ports, which are brilliant. I've actually visited Cove Key.
Right.
So I was there in April or May last year, and gorgeous, absolutely stunning winery. Great stuff that they do. They actually have a small chapel which holds about 12 people.
Yeah.
It's a really 350 years old or something, in the middle of their vineyard. So it's really cool.
That's really
preserved very well by them as well. So we'll be doing that. I actually can't remember the top of my head which age statement we're doing, but I think we're doing the 10-year-old. We're going to do the 10-year-old white port, which is quite unique.
Again, I was going to say white port's not one people usually get the chance to try, so that would be good.
A lot of people who would go to places like Porto and so on holidays come across white port and tonic.
Yeah.
So standard white port.
Right.
So what we would know is like fine white.
Yeah.
Effectively. So it's very refreshing with tonic. So it is. But if you get an age statement like a 10-year-old white port, there's no point in wasting it with tonic.
Yeah.
You know, it's good enough just to sit by itself. So yes, that will be on Thursday 13th, and then 2 weeks after that on Thursday, which is probably going to be the 27th from memory.
Yeah.
We have Peter Rossiter from Direct Wine Shipments in Belfast, another one of our suppliers, and Peter will be doing a Christmas tasting with us. So we have selected some, not all of the wines, but we've selected some of them so far. But Peter's a great man to listen to. Really interesting.
I think that's one of the biggest appeals to the tasting event is the sort of stories you get. Like you said about Cokie, I reckon next Thursday will be mostly interested from a point of view of learning where stuff comes from.
Have you ever met Noel before?
I don't think so. No.
Noel is extremely funny.
Okay.
Extremely. So it's probably going to be somewhere between a port tasting and a comedy live show.
Okay, good. Yeah. Because I've actually swapped shifts to Thursday night, so it's lucked out.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, we'll make sure you get to.
No, good. No, I've looked at because I wasn't. No, I am working.
Oh, sorry.
So,
yes, okay.
Better. Yeah,
right, got you.
Good.
So yeah, that's the crack there. So no, there's a couple of our I say regular brand ambassadors, but regular with regards to like once every couple of years.
Yeah.
Because there's that many people to go through at tastings. So Noel, I actually did an event with Noel in the Merchant in Belfast. Would that have been nearly 2 months ago? The Battle of the Bubbles.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. So where we tasted everything from Prosecco up to Cremant up to Champagne.
Yeah.
And Noel was hosting that with Mark from Louis Latour.
Yes.
Did the tasting with us as well.
He was here, yeah.
It was a comedy act.
Okay, good. Good.
I love the people. He's one of those speakers who bring the crowd into it, and interact with the crowd. And anybody who is keen at all, he will make sure that he will bring them in. And if you're shy, he will then also bring you in and point you out. So it's good fun though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. No, that's good.
So yes, doing that so that'll be Noel and Peter in a few weeks' time, and that'll kind of wrap up our tastings here in this room. After that, really, we kind of focus on the shop floor.
Yeah.
This room is then, as you know, transformed into our web dispatch. That much happens in the 3 weeks before Christmas that this room just turns into a warehouse.
Delivery room, essentially.
Delivery room, which is great. It's fun. Basically, like a conveyor belt in here.
Exactly, it has its own production line.
Own production line, which is good fun. So that's kind of that. So we're starting to pencil in all of our brand ambassadors for in-store tastings. So as you know,
Fridays usually, but it could be any day really during December.
Fridays would be Fridays, Saturdays. They some of them usually work Monday to Friday, but come to Christmas they push out to the Saturday too.
I was actually going to say sorry that a lot of people probably don't. I think a lot of listeners maybe don't know about Friday tastings, that they're pretty much every Friday through the year, but the Christmas ones are obviously the ones to go for because the deals that coincide with those are the things you kind of want to be taking advantage of at that time of year, especially. So it's something to kind of just reiterate. It's usually about 3 p.m. somewhere around then.
Something around there.
You'll usually get hold of something, but definitely during December.
So what I would say about the in-store tastings that we do weekly, we do them ourselves usually, as you know. But usually, what I try to pick there is something that is either trending. Something that is new that we've tasted and thought, do you know what, more people need to taste this, or something that maybe just adapts well for that particular time of the month or year. So that would be those up until, as I say, end of November, and then from the end of November on, you'd maybe looking at things that are maybe geared towards Christmas, but also things that would be a little bit more premium.
Okay.
You know, because, you know, whenever people are coming in at Christmas time, I suppose, and they're looking for a nice bottle of whiskey or want to spend a little bit of money to treat themselves, it's a punt if they haven't tasted it before. But if they know that it's happening and they know that on, I don't know, Friday the 20th of December, we've got a certain distillery there, they'll be like, do you know what, I've always wanted to try their stuff. So they will make their way down to the shop and, you know, taste their way through it.
Okay.
You know, so and all of our in-store tastings are free. So
yeah,
I always think like back to whenever you were a child, you know, they went into Tesco's and they had like the wee cheese on sticks and things. And stuff. Yeah. So that's the type of the visions I have whenever somebody asks me what in-store tasting's like.
We could probably do something sort of cheese on sticks as well to go with that some week. It would be quite nostalgic. Yeah, I think it would be, or Pierce probably as well.
There would be none left for the customers. So that's that'll be the tastings, and then corporate orders, as I mentioned earlier, they're quite a big thing for us. Generally through November, because if you think about it, a lot of the offices that we get from also are factories and so on, they want to have the stock sitting there by the end of November because they might only see people once every 2 weeks or once a month or whatever, you know, should it be a delivery driver coming in or a sales representative or somebody that's out on the road. So they like to have like their little Christmas box sitting ready to give to them. So that'll be happening. So we've got a catalogue being put together at the moment, which will be live on social media through Linktree. Maybe even throw the link into the bottom of this.
For anybody, for anyone put in big orders. We'll always take a big order.
So it give you an idea of most of the offers. I would say at least 90% of the offers will be in the catalogue that's happening in store.
Oh, even better. Okay,
as well.
It gives everybody, everybody will have a chance to look at stuff. So it's good.
But you know yourself, like with regards to some of the corporate orders, we are able to do a little bit better for higher volume. You know, so if somebody came and was looking for 12 bottles of Jameson, say, well, the price that we have on offer for, that's the price they get it for. But if they come to us and say, look, do you know what, I need 36 bottles, is there any better price? We will always look at it. You know, so
as far as stuff, maybe the smaller orders. So say if someone is like I do actually have a friend who is hosting a big Christmas party in December, and it has been thinking about what he's going to do in regards to wine. Is there stuff that people can do, or do you have advice for people on how to say they need to like gather things up rather than just sort of go for it all at once? Or is there a way to come at that? Because that's something I think that maybe people don't hear often enough, is like, would you just jump in and do it all at once? Or you kind of think about it, get it piecemeal?
I would personally just jump in and do it all at once. Like I'm the type of person that, you know, I go shopping for clothes twice a year. That's it, you know. I spend a fortune, get it done, and you know. So like whenever it would come to drink or buying groceries, obviously groceries definitely you have to go weekly for the fresh stuff and so on. But I'm very much like, you know, I don't understand why, you know, people don't just they know what they need, they know it for a certain date, just write a shop list, go do it, get it out of the road. You know, I don't have time in life to be running back and forward all the time. But you know, everybody has different traits, and that's okay with us. You know, if somebody wants to call in here every day and buy something, we're still okay with that. But I think whenever it comes to like putting together stuff in the house like that, I would say personally I would write a list of what you need, what you think you need, and then arrange to call in. A lot of our customers in the run up to Christmas, and this will be happening closer to Christmas, where we kind of let the customers know through social media where I'm going to be at certain times, and they will want to come in and see me, so like almost like an appointment, unofficially, and they'll come in and they'll say, right, okay, I'm going to need this, and this because I'm doing Christmas Day dinner. I also am going to somebody's house on Boxing Day. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Want something for New Year's Eve, and they'll run over the whole list of things that they need, and then you'll put that together, and then they'll say, right, do you know what? Just in case somebody calls in, give me a couple of bottles of white, give me a case of beer, give us this, give us that, and all of a sudden it'll put together 10-15 minutes, and that's it. You know, hassle free. Personal shopping is the way I look at it. It's kind of like, you know, sort of, it takes the hassle out of it. You know, so I would personally do that. But again, I do know a certain customer that has been coming in here once a week for a number of weeks now, and he basically has created a bar in his house. So he has, and he calls in, sees me once a week, and this is maybe like week 6 or week 7 so far, and basically he wants to have a really nice display at the back, but he doesn't want the big bill at once.
So he is breaking it up almost like deposits.
Yeah, and he kind of almost forgets, I spent £40 last week on this, or £40 last week. But, if he was to come in here and just get it all at once and spend £500, he'd be like, that was sore.
Yeah, a little bit more
and, he even joked with me, and he said to me, he's got a very, very good profession. And he joked with me and said to me, I have spent on this renovation of this area of the house, and in putting like the wine fridges and so on, like I have spent just over £9,000 making it exactly what he wants, but he's scared to come in and spend £500 or £600 just on drink. And he says, I have no idea why I have this mentality, but it's, for me, it's kind of easier, to think of it this way than the other. I think it's because he's just spent £9,000 on his house.
Yeah, once you're aware of the figures, it's
doing that.
Scary.
So, but he did show me pictures of it. It was gorgeous. It was
worth £9,000.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, yes, it would be. But at the same time, it was going to be your forever home. I don't really think I'm the person. I don't mind spending money.
Put everything into it, really. Yeah,
it's going to be my forever home. It's different if you're planning on moving in 5 years' time. Yeah. Why would you spend loads of money like I just did in a garden room for a house whenever you know you're not going to be there forever? But sure, well, everybody has to be different, don't they?
As far as Christmas goes, as a business owner and then personally, what do you look forward to the most at this time of year?
I love the buzz. I love the fact that people come in with it's a bit like on a sunny day, they come in with a smile on their face. They come in with a buzz because there's something to look forward to. It can be doom and gloom sometimes, the weather here is not the best, as we all know, but everybody just, they get into that sort of nice spirit. The way it falls this year, a lot of people will probably be finishing on the Friday before Christmas. Christmas Day is on a Thursday.
I have no idea actually this year.
Wednesday, Thursday, I can't remember. But yes, it's later in the week, so they may have a longer period to shop. So over the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whereas whenever Christmas Day falls on a Friday or a Saturday or Sunday, they're maybe working right up to the 22nd. So the 23rd, 24th is chaos. So I actually like it whenever it falls like this because of the fact that people are off for those few days longer. And I'm assuming schools will probably be closed on the Friday. I'm guessing. Not sure.
They tend to be super late nowadays. They always go like, I think if schools could close on Christmas Eve nowadays, they probably would. You get that feeling sometimes.
Maybe. I would need to actually look into that. But that spreads it for us. And whenever it's spread, rather than having 2 extremely concentrated days, it spreads it. And you tend to find as well, I've noticed since COVID, the trend has changed. The 23rd is actually almost bigger for us than the 24th. And I think it's because people save their annual leave to, instead of having 1 day off before Christmas, have 2 days. And they'll always, I think a lot of people now come in here on the 23rd and they're like, right, do you know what, I'm getting everything I need, get it sorted, and then on the 24th you do all the prep and do the fun parts, wrap the presents that they need to wrap and so on, and enjoy it. So personally, what I look forward to is obviously time with family, and so on. A lot of friends home at Christmas. The nice thing about smaller communities here in Randallstown and Antrim is that all those people you grew up with, you went to school with, who maybe moved to Glasgow or moved to London or moved to Paris or wherever, or maybe even just down to, I don't know, Fermanagh. They tend to come home at Christmas. So you get to see faces that you don't see all year round, and it's that we catch up. It's nice.
It's nice.
You know, you have that. The environment is really nice, and so I really like that on a business side as well. That you get to speak to a lot of people that you don't normally. But we all go for border Christmas, and it's what everyone does, I suppose. yeah, we all feel like we're millionaires and then we're all in poverty in January. Whereas I'm quite the opposite. I'm working so much in the run up to Christmas that, yeah, I'll have a few nights out with family and friends. But I always look forward to Boxing Night, personally, because a lot of my friends would see them all out on Boxing Night. We arranged to go out after the whole family thing's done, because I suppose whenever they've been with their family, Christmas Day, Boxing Day for dinner, then we'll be ready for a break.
A bit of separation.
You know, we've got a separations, right? So, looking forward to that sort of period there. And then it goes quiet for a few days and then goes crazy again for New Year. And then after that, you get a breather, you know. But the thing I say about working in this industry is it's usually maybe the 3rd of January before I realise it's winter. Because
you're just indoors 24/7.
You get the whole, like, I always do a holiday. My birthday's in October, so I always try to get away in October at some stage. We blast the sun, and then you're into the thick of it. You're working quite a lot, you know, and like, you know me, I do a lot of 12-hour days, you know. Like on a 9-day run at the minute here, and most of them have been sort of
very long days.
I don't even realize it's winter. Like, I hear all these people saying about, oh, my gas bill is such and such. I'm like, I'm never at home to have the gas on. So yeah, you're that busy the whole way up to Christmas. Then, as I say, all the festive, meeting up with friends, family, and so on like that. And then, as I say, it's New Year before I realise it's winter. And you know what happens in January? It's time for another holiday. Yeah. So get away another wee blast of sun, and lo and behold, then it's the brighter days are coming. So. I love this time of year. I know not everybody does, but I definitely do.
This industry, I've only been in it for a short time, but has shown me there is a much more fun side of this half of the year, which has been really interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like this year again. But before we sort of finish this one, as far as this year goes, is there any sort of like standout product or something new or different that people should keep their eye on coming up to Christmas that's going to sit perfectly with their plans, do you think? Just to put you on the spot.
There's nothing that really jumps out with regards to any Christmassy sort of things. I think each year I find more and more things that I would recommend. Like, there was something we tasted yesterday that I thought about all evening.
Benedictine,
yeah. Never tasted it
really
before in my life.
For Christmas, yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting thinking to myself, that would be so good. It's been around for years, you know. And it's one of those things that you always had it. You sell a bottle here or there, and that's about it. Not very many people know about it, but that's the fun side about this business. Well, our business in particular is the fact that we get to taste those things to then tell the customer to that, and possibly even, you know, I was thinking about it last night when I was in the shop by myself, thinking maybe we should revisit that. Maybe we should like have a bottle open to let people taste that. You know, because
it's really hard to know what to have open at a given time, because there is quite a lot of people will know that there's quite a lot of stuff that you can just come in and try. But how many, you know, of 9,000 different items that you've got, how many do you know is like, obviously you can't really do it with wine and beer and stuff, but even the number of spirits that you have, like, how do you know what to keep on? But then I suppose if you're thinking along the lines of something like Benedictine, which is a little bit less frequent, you could maybe get away with that, or think your way around that more easily.
Like, there's a lot of products, like, kind of to touch back on what you did ask me, was there's a lot of products that I look at and I think to myself, if I'm at a gift for somebody, that's the sort of thing. And that would be things, but it's things that we have had for a while, like the Barossen range by Peter Lehman. You know, it comes with a leather label. You know, I think it's grand. I think it's really good. The Grenache is a personal favourite of mine. We have tasted over the past year and a half or so, we've tasted the Shiraz and the Chardonnay as well. Absolutely cracking. They are coming on offer with us as well. The offer price is going to be really good. Therefore, it's because we're getting support from them effectively to do this, and I think to myself, you know, that's quite a standout wine, you know, for what it's going to be.
Magnums as well, don't they?
Yeah, they do Magnums only in the Shiraz. but absolutely fantastic. It's a really impressive present. But there's other impressive wines, but we've been selling them for years, and we sell loads of them, such as like the Canache near the Trua. You find that on our website as well. It's absolutely fantastic, but it's a real heavy, grand bottle. Like, you know, you feel like you're holding a Magnum, but it's actually only 750 ml.
It is a physically larger bottle because of the thickness of the glass, which is a nice thing to give somebody. Just feels like there's more to it.
Yeah, the minute somebody reaches you that, you'd be like, wow, this is, you know, it has the wow factor. But there's and like they're not that expensive either. Like the Peter Lehmans are in the £10. The Canache is early 20s. So like you don't always have to spend a fortune to get a really nice gift. You just need to know what you're buying. Is a good one to say. But you know, even whenever you come back to like things like you know, somebody's buying a bottle of gin for someone or whatever, you know, we have gins that are going live now in the next day or two, like Copeland. You know, the price of Copeland is fantastic. You know, the price of Boatyard, it's going to be fantastic as well. You know, they're just a few. We've got loads like Method and Madness and Shortcross and the Malfi range, Beefeater, that are all coming on offer, as you'll see from the brochure. But at the same time, I just think to myself, you know, for the, like, I think top of my head, I think Copeland's going to be like 23 quid roughly, in and around that. And like that is cracking juice for that. You know, and like Copeland are doing really, really well at the minute. As I'm sure some of the things you've tasted, and I've definitely tasted the rest of them. Like obviously they've got the ranges, you know, the 25.1, 2, 3 and 4 and so on. But they've got the new Merchant's Key out that came out, would that be a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Pretty much. Absolutely fantastic. It's about like mid-30s roughly. But then you have other brands as well that's going to be very good, like Bushmills. Their 10-year-old is going to be on offer with us, but they've actually removed it from supermarkets. So if you want Bushmills 10-year, you're going to have to come to us. Not just us, but other independents. But please come to us.
The 12-year-old's not long out either.
12-year-old,
a lot of people are going to go for it too.
And it's coming on offer. 14's on offer. 16-year-old is dropped in price, and as far as I'm aware, they're going to continue that at a lower price. It did get a wee tad too dear, I think, for what it was. Then some of the other brands that are coming on, obviously Jameson have nearly everything on. On offer. Almost every single one of them, and they're all very unique. You know, you've got the triple that was just out. Has that been this year?
Yeah, only 6 months ago.
So the triple, which is the 3 casks, that's fantastic, and it's down to like £24.50 a bottle, which is good because it's usually about £30. And then obviously their stout cask finishes, and some more like the single batch that is now Distiller's Choice, I think they've renamed it. And the Black Barrel has a fantastic price on it. So yeah, there's loads, like everybody comes out. But as I said to a rep today, whenever they take their yearly sales, a massive percentage of their sales of their premium gins or whiskies or whatever actually happens in November, December. And that's whenever they put them on a heavy discount. And I think to myself, I would love to know from a business side of things, are distilleries better off having an everyday low price 12 months a year,
higher one at Christmas,
or just
the whole throughout the year,
throughout the whole year? And would they sell more if they had an everyday low price throughout the whole year rather than have a recommended retail? Obviously, it keeps the brand premium, but they've got that, you know, from January right through to November, and they might sell half of their stock in the 2 months of Christmas. But
for what percentage off?
So you know, I would love to actually see their somebody's numbers just to see, because I obviously see what goes out of here, and we're only a very, very, very small fraction compared to all the other independents and all the other supermarkets and so on, and you see how much goes out in the period of Christmas. It's no wonder people want to go off drink at January. You know, so yeah, there's tons of stuff, and I could talk for Ireland about the amount of stuff that there is. And you know, I walk by things all the time, like the Peter Lehman, like I was talking about earlier. I walk by and I think to myself, you know what, that's a really nice gift, you know. But again, sometimes people are kind of scared to come in and ask because it shows that maybe they don't know or whatever. But we love it when you come in and ask. We love it whenever people come in and say, look, do you know what, I'm looking for a present for someone. I know they drink this, 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 and this. Rather than the other customers who come in and say, look, I want a bottle of Jameson IPA because that's what they drink. You know, if you buy them something else that's recommended by us with your guidance of what they drink, well, then we're able to pick something that person wouldn't usually buy themselves.
Yeah.
To allow them to taste things. And, you know, well, I know you've only been here for one January, but January, February, we have so many people who will come in with pictures and they'll be like, do you sell this?
I had that at Christmas.
I had this at Christmas. I've never had it before. It was absolutely amazing. You know, and a lot of times they come in and they're like, is that all the price of it? Gosh, that's really good for the price of it. You know,
well,
but
a lot of them have had them in restaurants where it's like 2 or 3 times the price. I know that they suddenly they start to realize the reality of how things are priced in different places.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know, like, I walk into restaurants and I look at the list and I obviously know the price of everything that we have here. And I look at it and I think to myself, there's probably a crime committed here with regards to the amount of, you know, like there was a certain wine that we brought in recently, the Babington Brook Chardonnay and Shiraz, which retails on the shelf at $9.99. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, I did pay £33 in a restaurant for that bottle of wine.
Wow.
But really, you know, their house wine in the same restaurant, the house wine was 24. You know, I never go for house wine.
Yeah,
because I'm a snob. No, I just it depends on the company I'm with, I suppose. But no, like I always go out with something else. I don't go for crazy, like, but I always go a little step up, you know. And saw it and I thought to myself, do you know what? I know that's coming into us very soon. I need to taste it. So that was the reason I picked that. But then I'm sitting thinking to myself, you know, people come in here and they'll complain because something has gone up by 50p.
Yeah.
But yet they'll not mind tapping for, you know,
that much in a restaurant.
That much in a restaurant.
That's true.
You know, and it is crazy. You know how people justify what they spend and where they spend it.
Yeah.
You know, and how they're extremely miserable in other places. You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're all the same, I suppose.
Yeah, it really does depend where you are and who you're with. Yeah, it's true.
So, well, what about you? What would you recommend for Christmas? If somebody said to you, "Look, I'm going to buy you a present," you know, hint, hint, Kelly here. I'm going to buy you a present from the vintage. What do you want?
I think this year is going to be a Christmas for coffee liqueurs. Because if you see the ones that have appeared and popped up and what we've been given the chance to try, like your Gloria from Cologne. And
yes, that's amazing stuff.
New Copeland, or is it just we got to try the same one that they've had?
No, this is a new one.
Okay,
yeah, we still have the previous two. Yeah, we would get some of the remainder of that. But yes, that new one that we tasted just a few days ago.
I think it's something that obviously you just stick in a tiramisu or an espresso martini in the past, but I think they're now coming into their own in a way that people aren't aware of yet. Yeah, once we catch that,
they really did start last year. Being more aware of it, and like Garden County came out with the espresso martini
the gift set,
which is gorgeous because you get the 2 martini glasses and it works out maybe about £7 more expensive than what the bottle would be. I'm going to say about £7, but it's a really impressive gift.
Yeah, I think
really good.
Coffee liqueur is going to crop up a lot more. Than before. And then I don't know, I think because I've spent so long the past couple of months putting new wines on our website, you see them all, you know. It's just because I'm constantly like, I'd like to try that one, I'd like to try that one, there's just this constant stream. So for me it's just, I think I'm trying to just keep my eye on what people end up liking and what we can then try from those ranges. So I think I'll not stray too far into the wine section, but I think the coffee liqueur definitely. And then there's a lot more French stuff coming in.
Yes.
So like all the Anthony Rode ones I put on today. I think as far as exposure goes, getting into French wine this Christmas might take that opportunity, I suppose.
Yeah, like we did the Joe and myself whenever you were away on holiday. We did the Bordeaux showcase. And that really opens you up for certain things. In fact, we must open a couple of bottles of those and get the staff to taste them. There's a few new ones because there's some really good wee hidden gems in there. But French wine, yeah, I think in Northern Ireland we are maybe a little bit scared of French wine still. Maybe the whole of Ireland and UK as well. A little bit scared because of the fact that you're not too familiar with what it actually means.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you read something on the label and it doesn't actually tell you the grape, that's, you know, really nice. You know, it's a lovely label, but don't tell me what I'm drinking, you know. And that's, like, for me, I think what a lot of people want to know whenever they come in is, you know, they want to know the grape, they want to know the country, and they want to know the price.
Yeah.
And if they're not visible on the product, they will just maybe skip on to the next one.
Yeah. And I think about even design. Like, we always talk to people about how you can very validly buy a wine based on the label.
Yeah.
And French wine tends to try and hold its cards close to its chest a lot more. It's like, you know, you've got 100 bottles, each with a picture of a house or a castle, or very similarly laid out labels with these very strong fonts and things. It doesn't draw people in the same way like something like an Artista does, with like crazy colors and very cartoony designs. So I think that is something you have to sort of push through a little bit of a boundary there.
You definitely do. And I think maybe like a lot of it, a lot of the winemakers now are starting to, like, the ones that we're meeting from coming in from France are the younger generation. Yeah. And I think in a lot of cases the younger generation have maybe had to leave France to go to, you know, South Africa, South America, London, somewhere to do winemaking courses. And whenever they're there, they then meet people from that country and they start to explain, oh, I don't know what your wine means. I don't know what a Bordeaux is. I don't know what the difference between Medoc is and Pauillac and so on. And they're, you know, because they've grown up with it, they're like, well, how do you not know what this means? And then whenever they sit back and they think, oh, right, okay, this person actually doesn't know the grape. And that's why they avoid it. And I can see the generation coming through that is starting to change the labels to make them a little bit more attractive on the shelf, stand out a bit, get the grape, because a lot of them now start to show what the actual grape is, and I think a lot of that's down to the some of the generations in the family maybe going travelling and speaking to other people from other countries,
even just seeing the rest of the world, I suppose,
and seeing the rest of the world, and you know, let's be honest, they're probably sitting back and they're probably saying to themselves, what brands are doing well. Why are they doing well? You know, like if you go back to back whenever I started here, there was a few brands that were really stand out. Things like Black Label McQuicken's, you know, I mean for high volume, you've Yellow Tails, you've Jacob's Creek, you've all these brands, and you think to yourself, why? A lot of it was probably down to the fact that they're color coordinated. You know?
Yes. Like,
you know yourself, we've got customers who come in here and they'll be like, my wife sent me down for a bottle of Yellowtail, but I don't know which one. And they'll be like, do you know what colour it is? It's yellow. Shiraz. Yep, that's the one. Whereas if they all look the same and there's no colour, they're like, oh, I don't know. I never read the finer detail to see was it a Shiraz or a Cabernet or whatever. So I think they've maybe looked at that as well and thought, well, do you know what? There's something in that for us. And if there's something in it for them, well, then they'll maybe start changing things.
Yeah, how to cater to people. Yeah.
You know? So, So you want basically you want a Garden County gift set with martini glasses.
That would be really good. Yeah. Garden County gift set, and I don't know, a couple of the new really expensive French bottles of wine.
Yes, that's okay. Is that from her as well, or do you want mum and dad to buy that one? Or
well, anyone who is interested is more than welcome to contribute. I think.
I think that's a good idea. Do you know the only thing about owning a wine shop?
What?
Nobody ever buys you a bottle of wine.
What?
Yeah, apart from staff. No, all my staff bought me lovely gifts for birthday. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, it feels a bit silly buying. It's like you're turning something. Yeah. I suppose it's difficult, and then people probably struggle to find you stuff that you've not seen before. That's probably it. But I'm about the only person in the country nobody ever wants to buy a bottle of wine for, or a bottle of spirits. I say a lot of them are scared.
Probably scared.
Yeah, a lot of them are scared.
So I get lots of gifts, obviously, from all of our suppliers. Thanks very much for them, and then staff as well, obviously. But outside of that, you know, I do feel sorry for my family and friends who struggle, where it would just be easy just to walk in somewhere and buy them a bottle of, bottle of Jameson or a bottle of this or a bottle of that. So, and to be fair, I actually have so much stuff in my house. I don't need anybody to buy me drink, I suppose. I could actually said to one of my friends recently that I need to have a house party, and there has to be one rule for the house party: don't bring drink. Just turn up and drink my drink.
Drink what's there,
please. I need to clear my cupboards out. So yeah, I think people could get on board with that. But yeah, so yeah, looking forward to.
It's going to be a good season. I hate the idea of talking or celebrating Christmas before December. I'm one of those people who hates the Christmas lights in November. But it's going to be on my mind now for the next 3 weeks until December. So it's probably a good thing to get excited too early. Yeah, I know, and you have to get into you have to force yourself to get into the festive spirit, because you need to, even the merchandising, get the window displays done. You got to get on board with people.
In the middle of next week, so you need to get that to put out there in people's faces. So that's the only thing, because I'm kind of a wee bit like yourself, like Christmas tree up for the 1st of December, and in no way.
My grandmother, when she was alive, used to do Christmas tree up on Christmas Eve and down on Boxing Day.
Really?
And there's part of me that is on that line of. It wouldn't take much to make me like that. So.
Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. There is something nice about having a Christmas tree up, and like the 10 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
I do love going home. It might be very late, but like just sticking the lights on the Christmas tree. No other lights in the house. Put the TV on. Have a wee port. Yeah. Have something. Even should it be something that we're going to taste tonight. This is recorded a day before. But so something like from our brewery, like once you taste. Have you tasted any of these before?
Probably not the ones they've got, but I do enjoy a lot of their stuff.
In for a treat.
Okay.
Tonight. So yes, they are very good, and they're the type of thing that I'm one of these people who like to have like a wee brandy, like sound a bit of a snob here, but I love a Hennessy XO, like sitting in the house, and like that bottle of Hennessy XO will do me forever, because I'll just take wee nips here and there, or a really nice whiskey or something. But in the lead up to Christmas, it's port season. Everybody loves port in winter, but just sit there with something like that. But one of these stouts that we're going to taste tonight, like I guarantee you, you're going to sit and say to yourself, do you know what? The night before Christmas Eve, or the night before that, or whatever.
That's the one.
That's why I'm just going to sit in the house and sit and enjoy, because I know I've just had a really busy day in work. I'm going to have a busy day tomorrow. I need a treat.
Okay. It's interesting hearing you talk about beer, actually.
Yeah.
That'll be quite cool to see what you think of this.
It's one thing that I never reach for. But yeah, whenever you do see me drinking something, it's good.
Yeah. I've come to sort of look out for that.
Yeah. So to give you before we wrap this up here, to give you an idea, we were invited to Sleepy Hollow for this beer and food tasting, or pairing as such, with our brewery. And I said to Joe, obviously Joe loves his craft beer. I said, right, we're going. I'm driving. I'll take a little taste of each one, but you can finish mine. So that was grand. We drove up, parked up, went in, sat down. Absolutely gorgeous, Sleepy Hollow, massive, high up there on my list of places. I loved it. And went in and we sat down, got a first course, tasted the first beer, and I was like, wonder what taxis are available. And it was nothing to do with the fact that, it was nothing to do with the fact that I actually wanted to sit and drink that night. It was so good.
Just sudden realization. Yeah, and then, that's always nice though, when you have your head turned by something.
Yeah. The minute I tasted the second one, I was like, yeah, let's book a taxi. That was exactly it. So the car sat there all night, and it was a fantastic evening. So really, I think they maybe still do that. I think they still do the food pairing.
I'm trying to look out for more things like that. Yeah.
I must ask Sam at the tasting whether or not that's something they still do, because I think it would be a fantastic if anybody's looking for a gift for someone and they want an experience. It's one. Obviously gifts for experiences as well. That's like something we do as well. Haven't actually got something put together yet, but usually February, March time, we always have some sort of like premium tasting, which I'm going to have to get onto and organise something. So we sell tickets for that, so that's a nice gift to give someone on Christmas morning. And it's about like giving them somebody a concert ticket. They're like, okay, that's the date, that's the time, I'll make myself free. You
a
know,
little bit more specific than a voucher as well.
It's a little bit more specific,
yeah.
Because vouchers are nice and all, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, if somebody can buy you an experience,
yeah, exactly,
that's even better. You know, so that's another thing to keep an eye out for. Probably closer to Christmas, because I have been lacking. I've obviously not. I forgot about that until there now. So yeah, like so some of the experiences that we've done before would have been like a premium Italian tasting, and we've done a premium whiskey tasting as well in the past, and some others I'm trying to think that we sell at Christmas for springtime. Cool. So yeah, I'm
a little bit nervous that the recording computer is about to burst into flames. So
that's okay. Yeah,
call it there. Well, no, thank you very much. That was really, really good. It's good to come in and not know what we're going to talk about, and then just have some actually really, really, really good. So, but thank you very much. Is there anything you want to close with? Are you happy enough?
I think they're probably sick listening to me, to be honest. But yes, no, check out the links obviously for the catalogue. There's some really good stuff on there.
Brilliant.
So, really,
thanks very much.
No problem. Cheers.